Hello and welcome to the Leading Edge Certificate course for online teachers. This is the first course that will be offered in a series of certificate courses by Leading Edge Alliance for online teaching. My name is Greg Pitzer and I'll be one of your instructors for this course. I've been working in education for about the last 14 years. Most of my work has been in K-12 education particularly. I was a middle school science teacher for 2 years in Oakland before I moved to Austin, Texas, where I continued to teach in the middle school for another 6 years. 4 of those years were in science as well. The last 2 years were as a technology teacher and technology coordinator for my school district. After, I'd say, about 8 years of teaching here in middle school, I took a job with NASA Education. I was privileged to get a job here at the Ames Research Center, Moffett Field, to work in the K-12 division using video conferencing to reach out to students around the country. So I was able to design, develop, and present content related to NASA's missions to K-12 students all around the country. This was a great project. I loved my work. Being able to work with the scientists and see some of the cutting-edge research that's going on was an amazing experience. Now, for the last year or so, I've been working at the Santa Clara County Office of Education as an academic technologist. This is a great position. I really love working at here because we have lots of resources, and I get to work with the coordinators to help them infuse technology into their content workshops and helping them work with teachers to really use a lot of online resources and helping them give their students all the possible choices to allow them to succeed as a student. A little bit about me personally. I am married to my wife Christina. I have 2 dogs. Many of us can say that our wives came down from heaven. However, few of us actually have photos to prove this, like you can see here. My 2 dogs, Pablo and Kibby, 4 and 6 years old, are amazing. They're a lot of fun. I love taking them up into the Oakland Hills here and go running. They have an amazing amount of energy, so if I can wear them down for an hour or two, I'm figuring myself to be quite lucky. Other hobbies I do enjoy are hiking, which goes along well with my dogs. I also enjoy playing soccer. I've been playing soccer ever since I was a youth. I'm not saying I'm the greatest soccer player out there, but I do enjoy getting out there and have some exercise. I currently play for a co-ed over 30 team now that I'm getting a little bit older. Can't quite run like I used to when I was in my 20s. In combination with playing soccer, this past about a year and a half ago, my wife and I traveled to South Africa for the World Cup. We were able to see 10 soccer games. We went on a safari for 3 days, did some wine tasting, and just had an amazing taste of the culture there, meeting all the South African people and getting to know their life stories and everything, which you can see from some of the pictures here. Which leads me to my other great hobby, which is traveling. I love traveling around the world. I've been lucky to be able to live in several areas and also travel to many others. I've lived in Germany for about 3 years during my life, which allowed me to see most of Europe. I was actually able to go see the Winter and Summer Olympics in 1992 during one of my stays over there. I've also traveled to the Middle East. My grandparents, actually I should say, came from Lebanon. So I have some relatives back there I was able to visit, and I went to Lebanon, Jordan, Israel, Egypt in an amazing trip. Other trips I've taken also been towards Asia. I actually proposed to my wife in a treehouse rainforest in the middle of Thailand. They're in the middle of a southeast trip to Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. So you can see I do love to travel. I try to make a trip every couple of years, someplace I've never been to before. In addition, I also love traveling around the United States, seeing all the amazing things we have here as well. I think I've been to just about every state except for Hawaii. From the photos here, you see one of the places where I grew up, along the beaches here. And if you notice, this is actually a sunrise. Seeing a sunrise over the beach, you know this must be on the East Coast. And that is in fact where I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area. This is actually a photo from my parents' beach house in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. So that gives you a little bit of history about who I am. I've been out here in California for about the last 7 years. I love it. Love the Bay Area. and I look forward to meeting you guys and hearing a little bit about each of you during this course. Over the next 7 weeks, we'll be doing a variety of different assignments that will teach you a variety of skills for online teaching, all aligned to the INACOL standards. Each week you'll have several assignments that you'll be working on, and one of the most important ones will always be the discussion forum. The discussion forum is a chance for you to share your ideas and thoughts about a particular topic. I definitely encourage you to think about these discussions, participate actively. That means both posting your own responses, own ideas, and also responding to others' ideas, and making this a true online discussion. For this course, we'll be using the LMS system Haiku. I encourage you to get to know the course website quite well, as you'll be accessing it frequently throughout this course. There are 4 main tabs at the very top I'd like to alert you to. The first one is called Pages. This is where you can see all the content for the course, each of the units, and what's required for each assignment. Under Calendar, you'll be see the dates when every assignment is due. That'll allow you hopefully to help pace yourself throughout this course. Under the Connect tab, you will see all your assignments and assignments of others, so you can view other people's work in this course as well. The last tab is Assess, and that's where you can see your grades for each of your assignments and whether you need to improve any particular aspect of an assignment before it goes into your portfolio. So please review your course syllabus as we get started. I look forward to having an amazing 7 weeks with each and every one of you, and hopefully we'll learn a lot from each other as I get to know you and you get to know me as well. So welcome, and let's start our journey.